because there's only 2 of you watching this show. This is the New Movie Thing show, the show where we see brand new films in the theater. This movie is called P.T. Anderson's Inherent Vice. It's based off of a novel.
P.T. Anderson's is not part of the title.
No, it's not.
It's just called Inherent Vice.
It is called Inherent Vice.
It's based on the novel by Thomas Pynchon.
Bless you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Not related to Bronson Pinchot.
You got a little Pynchon under your nose.
Thank
there.
you.
Yeah. It's just, okay.
Guys, this movie stars Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Penis.
Hold on.
It's
Joaquin.
Are we gonna take this anywhere seriously?
Joaquin Phoenix stars in this movie. He's like a detective, like what do they call a private investigator?
He's a private investigator who's
Yes.
like permanently brainstoned. The movie takes place in 1970, just at the end of the crazy 60s, and as things start to get a little tougher and weirder and bad.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those movies. I love P.T. Anderson.
Love his movies.
Huge
Boogie Nights.
fan of Boogie Nights.
Magnolia.
Huge fan of Magnolia. Huge fan of Punch Drunk Love. Huge fan of There
Will Be Blood is one of the best movies ever.
I've never seen Hard 8. That's the one I
Hard
haven't
8
seen.
I have seen. That's his first movie.
Yeah.
It's slow, it's small, but you see the promise there.
Point here is that
The Master has great high points,
see,
but
and
it's
that's
flawed.
that's the point I want to make. The Master was the movie he made just before this one, and I love my pish, rest in peace. And I
Philip Seymour
was very much into. I mean, again, I love P.T. Anderson, so anything he comes out with, I'm gonna be there day one in the theater to see this movie. But unfortunately, The Master, I feel like starting from There Will Be Blood now to Inherent Vice, P.T. Anderson movies now require several viewings. You can't just watch one of these movies once, get it, leave the theater, feel fulfilled, and go about your day.
There's a density to them.
There's such a density to them, and I feel like you need to there needs to be classes about these movies.
I'm sure that there are.
I would take them because
Yeah.
there's so much depth and so many characters and so many storylines and so much going on that I need to see this movie 2 more times to really get it.
Well, the joy of a P.T. Anderson movie for me is that he's one of the greatest film students, I think, working today. He has so many references, and he used to wear them far more blatantly on his sleeve. Like there's whole shots in Boogie Nights that he, is referencing other movies. In this one, he's blending them and pulling them together. Like he watched all of the Zucker movies, like the people who did Airplane and The Naked Gun, to prepare for this movie, which is nothing like those, but it has this odd, interesting, comedic sense to it that's very unique. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is one of the best movies or even one of his best movies, but it's such a funny movie in such a very specific and unique and special way.
Yeah, it's very cartoony.
Yeah.
It's very wacky
It's
and
very,
madcap and
very Looney Tunes. And the funny thing for me, if you watch this movie, think about Joaquin Phoenix's character of Doc Sportello. Think of him as Elmer Fudd. Think of him as Elmer Fudd reacting to the insanity that other Looney Tunes would wreak on the world and on him and having to deal with it.
Right, because we have Josh Brolin's character
who's
plays
insane.
This police detective what is he, a commissioner or
No,
something,
he's a police detective named
Yeah.
Bigfoot. And Josh Brolin, we just realized from this movie, is one of our greatest comedic treasures.
Yeah, he's
'cause
hilarious.
He slays it in this movie.
and that's something about this movie that we kind of need to go over right off the bat, which is it's actually, it is a comedy, I guess you could say.
It is, yeah. It's a comedic mystery drama. It's
Yeah.
very there's no.
But I guess it's
can't
a
think of
comedy.
another movie like
I
this.
can. Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is kind of like. It's an ensemble cast. It's got it's sprinkled
comedy
with funny
drama,
jokes, but
yeah.
it's also very serious and oftentimes dramatic and sad.
Except that movie took place entirely in the real world. This one is very much a heightened reality.
Strange.
We have this character who's narrating who isn't real, I don't think. The fact is, the movie's far more open to interpretation than something like Boogie Nights.
Just like The Master is, too.
Exactly. Where you are gonna bring your own feelings to it versus Boogie Nights, I feel like, is a very straight up character piece.
Right.
And I don't know, it's definitely, you're either gonna love the movie or you're gonna hate it,
Right.
and you're gonna have to process it potentially with multiple
But
viewings.
see, one of the feelings I have is with movies in general. When I go to see a movie, I hope that I leave the theater satisfied, you know, I have something to think about. I feel emotional, whether it's like in a funny way or a dramatic way or what have you. And I feel like with this movie, it felt funny. Like, I was laughing a lot. There were a lot of funny scenes, but I felt confused and I felt very like not satisfied, and I felt like I wanted so much more out of it because I was like, The Master was so weird and I needed to watch that a couple of times before I fully enjoyed it. Hopefully this is like a Boogie Nights or a Magnolia or a Punch Drunk Love where you watch it once, you get everything out of it, but then on multiple viewings you get even more out of it. And it seems like now P.T. Anderson movies are, you watch it, you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then you watch it again, and then you're like, oh, and then you watch it again, and then you're in there.
It did play that other way for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Now, was it exactly the movie that I wanted? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I wanted something that the narrative was a little more coherent. I feel like in some respects, it wraps up a little too neatly.
Yeah.
The mystery isn't as important as the vibe of the movie.
Right, and it's just a character thing too. It's a character piece too. I mean, because we're learning a lot about Joaquin Phoenix's character and that girl he's looking for, and his lost lover or whoever she is.
Yeah, basically the plot of the movie in a nutshell is this private investigator is visited by his former lover who says that a rich LA real estate developer is about to be kidnapped and put in the loony bin. And of course, the guy disappears, and so does the woman. So he jumps onto the case and tries to find her and the real estate developer, and discovers a massive conspiracy that stretches all the way to the top.
Yeah, it's a big caper. It's a big kind of like mystery with you know, funny, with violence and sex and drugs and,
kind of like,
alcohol and all that stuff.
It's P.T. Anderson's Chinatown,
Yeah.
but directed by the Zucker brothers.
It's like as if Chinatown was a Muppet movie.
That's a great
that's how I
description. That
feel
is a
like.
great description of this movie.
Like if the Muppets had made Chinatown.
If the Muppets had made Chinatown and mumbled half their dialogue. Is kind
and
of
if they
like,
were allowed to do drugs and have sex and have boobs and nudity and all that kind of stuff. So.
And to all of you drugsmen who are, you know, maybe you're
or
like
drugs women.
Or drugs women who like you see, okay, his character is a stoner, I should probably see this movie high. We saw it perfectly sober and it's already confusing and vibey, and I think watch it sober.
Yeah,
please.
I have a friend who
I don't think anyone who's high is gonna enjoy it. I feel like they're gonna get confused and paranoid.
Right, and I've never been high, so I can't say that it felt that way, but I have friends who watched it and said, I wasn't high, but I felt high watching it. Kind of like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like you obviously, I mean, hopefully you've never taken the kind of drugs they take in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but you feel like you're on them when you watch it.
Because it's a very surreal movie, and this is a very surreal movie. There's lots of great cameos in the movie. We're not going to spoil it.
Martin Short is in the trailer.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
Martin Short's in the trailer.
Okay, fine.
That's it. I just want to say that because
there are other ones.
Because I love Martin
like
Short,
the best one.
And Martin Short is just, I love him very, very, very much. And seeing him in a P.T. Anderson movie just lit my face up with joy. I was very happy.
Yeah, he does a great job in the movie. There are some just amazing sequences in this movie. The one between him and his lover after she reappears at one point, and it's this long single take as they have this really devastating scene where they talk about the nature of their relationship and where she's been, and the performances in that scene are just off the charts.
Yeah, I think, and I would like to see some SAG nominations, some Golden Globes or what have you. Some
SAG
Oscars.
Nominations, unfortunately, already
Golden
out.
Globes? That's TV?
Golden Globes is TV and movies, but it's
great,
it's the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, who have no morals or scruples.
But yeah, I'd love to see Joaquin Phoenix get some sort of nod, Josh Brolin get some sort of nod, PT maybe get a writing nod, a directing nod, cinematography nod maybe.
Yeah, I feel like this movie is one that film fans are gonna go back to a lot over the years, but isn't gonna get the recognition that it deserves this year during the awards season.
I believe so too, because there's just too many good movies out this year.
And this one's just too weird. It's like, unless this movie did really well at the box office, which it probably won't, like,
Word of
It's
mouth
not
might
gonna-
be enough. I don't know. Maybe star power's enough, and then P.T.
Yeah.
Anderson's name's enough. I don't know. It's anybody's guess.
Yeah.
But with that said, we aren't the only ones that saw and reviewed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, on IMDb, Inherent Vice has a score of 8.2 out of 10.
Yes, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a score of 73% fresh from critics, so obviously a little bit mixed. Some people really loved it, some didn't, and it's sitting at a 94% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. So film fans are enjoying it far more than film critics.
Right.
We highly encourage you to go check the movie out for yourself and find out what you think.
But again, go in with an open mind, knowing that it's going to be slightly confusing, very strange, but funny, and you're going to see. And again, I can't help but compare it to The Master. It was P.T. Anderson's last movie, but you watch The Master, and if you've seen it, hopefully you can agree a little bit on this. Is that you see these amazing actors performing in an amazing way, and it's just acted fantastically. But then you're like, what did I just watch? I don't really know what's going on, but these actors are amazing, and I could just watch them act.
I would say this movie, however, even just by the virtue of being a comedy, is far more accessible than The Master.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, that's it for this review of Inherent Vice. If you guys want to go out to that movie theater and check it out, we highly recommend it. Otherwise, there's lots of great other movies coming out as well. Look forward to those. I'm excited.
I'm real excited.
I'm excited. All right, well, like and
God,
subscribe.
it's so warm in there.
I know, I'm a warm boy.
Wow.
I warm up.
You could cook a turkey under that arm, under that wing there. Did you know? Did you know you got magic wings? Did you know you got magic wings?
'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings.